This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 5 o'clock here on your Monday. Good morning to you. I'm Lauren Casey. Here's what's making headlines on this April 27th. Progress is being made to lift restrictions across Indiana, the rules for dentists and veterinarians opening back up, and why some are concerned the move is violating CDC guidelines. With more outbreaks happening at meat processing plants, including one here in Indiana, new guidelines are being issued to keep workers safe. What plants are now doing to maintain social distancing and continue production. One church is in the process of opening its doors, why a Fishers congregation is now holding in-person services, and the steps they're taking to keep worshipers safe. But before we get to our top stories on our Monday, we need to get a check of our forecast with Storm Team 6 meteorologist Todd Clausen. Todd, we know it's springtime, so the weather can be kind of up and down, and today is one of those good days that we're expecting.
Yeah, I think there's more good days than there are bad days in this week ahead forecast, Lauren. But of course, we will have some opportunities for some rain showers going forward. Today, we enter some rain showers into the forecast very late in the day. So you do not need to have the umbrella handy through a good chunk of the day. In fact, today is going to be a very, very nice day. Have the sunglasses, wear the sunscreen if you're going to be out and about. And you'll need the light jacket, really probably just this morning with temperatures that are sitting in the 30s and 40s. So if you're one of those that likes to exercise first thing in the morning compared to later on this afternoon, it's going to be a little cooler for you. 33 in Crawfordsville right now, 42 in Indianapolis. Bloomington is down to 36 degrees. Skies are mainly clear. We start with nothing but sunshine, but you do notice some areas of rain off to our west, and a few of those spotty showers come into just northern parts of the area as we work our way into the evening hours. So we're completely fine all the way through the evening with temperatures that'll be climbing up into the mid to upper 60s. Some of you could get to 70 degrees in southern locations. Those showers don't really impact us today, but as we get into tomorrow, they become a little more widespread at times. We'll talk more about that, Lauren, coming up in just a little bit.
Todd, thank you. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is over on the near east side, I-70 at Rural Street and Keystone Avenue. You can see no traffic out that way. Things are quiet, but crews are working on both eastbound and westbound I-70 between the downtown area and the east side. Both directions are closed. The eastbound lanes will reopen first, kind of middle of the month, middle of May. So we'll keep you updated on that ongoing project, but keep that in mind. The change of westbound being closed went into effect early Friday morning. Starting today, more steps are being made to reopen Indiana. Dentists, hospitals, and veterinarians can now resume elective medical procedures. Under Governor Holcomb's latest executive order, they can reopen as long as they have enough personal protective equipment. The Indiana Dental Hygienists Association has expressed some concerns over lifting restrictions because CDC recommends for elective procedures to be postponed. Thousands of dentists and hygienists have also signed a petition on change.org asking the governor to delay the reopening. It specifically voices concerns about aerosols, which they say can be in the air for up to 3 hours. Those who have signed the petition say they're worried that this could infect healthy patients. More than 800 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. 29 new deaths were confirmed here in the state of Indiana from the state health department on their latest report on Sunday. More than 15,000 people have tested positive for the virus. Marion County has more than 4,700 of those cases. Cass County has jumped to 586 positive cases. And that's where the Tyson Fresh Meats plant in Logansport is temporarily closed because of the virus. It's not clear how many employees tested positive, but the company says 2,200 employees are now being tested. Tyson also says it's closed its plants in Iowa, North Carolina as well because of similar outbreaks. In light of those outbreaks, new interim guidelines have been released for meat packing and processing plants. The U.S. Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and CDC's recommendations include how to clean shared tools, screening employees before they enter facilities, requiring PPE, and ways to practice social distancing. Diagrams show how companies can install physical boundaries to keep workers safe on assembly lines. They also recommend installing hand washing stations and adding restrictions to break rooms. Kroger is also taking additional steps to protect employees during this pandemic. They are now required to wear masks. The new policy went into effect on Sunday. According to an email sent to customers, the company will provide masks to employees unless they prefer to wear their own mask from home. Kroger says they're also working to supply face shields for employees who are unable to wear a mask for medical or other reasons. The email also encourages customers to wear a face mask while shopping, which has been recommended by the CDC to prevent the spread of the virus. Well, the beginning stages of reopening Indiana are already happening as the Hoosier State approaches May 1st and a possible easing of restrictions. One local church is in the process of opening its doors and keeping Hoosiers spiritually lifted during this pandemic. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning from Fishers with more on this story. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. So for the first time in weeks, I-Town Church here in Fishers opened their doors on Sunday. They've been doing virtual services since this pandemic started, but the pastor says it's time for them to worship together. The church is allowing only 10 parishioners in at a time for services. Those 10 people, plus the tech crew, cleaning crew, and the pastor. The plan is to do 40-minute services every hour on the hour. On Sunday, the church did 13 services with more planned for later today. Pastor Dave Summerall says he knows not everyone will agree with their decision. In fact, people voicing their concerns on the church's social media pages say things like, "This is a slap in the face to healthcare workers risking their lives every day." And another local pastor chiming in saying that this decision is reckless.
I agree that we need to follow the data. We need to listen to our doctors. We need to protect those in our community who are the most vulnerable. But I do not agree with our fundamental rights to worship being revoked.
Pastor Summerall says they have hired a professional hospital cleaning team that will be on site and will clean the sanctuary after every services. Now, these services will go through Tuesday night, and then tickets for next weekend services will go live on Friday. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. RTV6's We're Open Indy initiative aims to connect you to businesses that are open and need your support. With restaurants and bars remaining closed, Indiana Trivia, a live entertainment company, saw their business come to a complete stop. On a normal week, they host 53 shows in central Indiana with 45 entertainers. But now they no longer have any work. 90% of their business is trivia, but they also do music and bingo and regular bingo. Their entire business model aims to help local businesses by bringing in crowds that will spend money by buying food and drinks. So right now they are trying to still do that by holding online trivia nights.
We really encourage people to go out and make a purchase at a local venue. So each day I will get on Facebook and I'll actually put all of our locations that had trivia on Monday night if we were in regular full mode of doing trivia games. And anybody that goes out and makes a purchase, whether it be carry out, delivery, whatever they might do, all they have to do is go onto our Facebook page, post a copy of the receipt, and then we invite them to play live trivia for that night.
Well, restaurants typically pay a company a flat fee for their services. Right now, Indiana Trivia is just taking a percentage of the sales. Head on over to the Indiana Trivia Facebook page to see which local businesses need your support. We'll also put a link on our RTV6 News app. The town of Avon is showing their support for frontline workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Overnight, a light began to shine towards the sky from the Avon Town Hall. Our photographer was there to capture the moment as the light was visible from about 3 miles away. We talked to the coordinator from Avon Parks about why they want to show their support.
We thought, how can the town really show their support? And we thought, let's go ahead and shine bright light so all the frontline workers and all the community can see that we're a team, we're in this together.
Well, this is all part of the town's week-long campaign they're calling #ShowYourSupportWeek. Community members are encouraged to join by lighting a candle or luminary outside their home to show support for frontline workers during this pandemic. Time right now is 5:08. Let's toss things over to Todd at home for a check of our Monday forecast. Hey, Todd.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. And the work week starting off with decent weather across central Indiana. That's the good news. Maybe take your work out to the patio in the backyard if you are working from home and enjoy the sunshine and also the seasonable temperatures that will be heading our way. As you get going this morning, though, it's a little on the cool side with temperatures that are sitting in the 30s and 40s across the area, but we'll have plenty of sunshine once the sun comes up. And with that sunshine, temperatures today will moderate very, very quickly. You can see some clouds off to our west, but no rain. It's not completely out of the question that this evening there could be a stray shower or two that sneaks into some northern locations, but overall we are looking at a quiet weather day and a seasonal day with high temperatures that'll be topping off anywhere from 65 to 70 degrees across the area. Going forward, tomorrow rain does return to the forecast as some thunderstorms will start to head in our direction. The good news is the daytime hours, at least tomorrow, will be dry. The rain is very early in the morning. morning and then very late in the evening. But some of those evening rains could produce some heavy rain and some thunderstorms as well as the front comes through. More on that coming up in Maine weather in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. With semesters only online right now, there's a lot of uncertainty for college enrollment in the coming fall. Coming up, the impacts the pandemic is having on high school seniors looking to continue their education. And researchers are looking at a new drug to treat COVID-19. Still ahead, why they think an ingredient in heartburn medication could help fight the virus. Let's take a look right now up on the northwest side. This is traffic pretty light here at I-465 and West 71st Street. We'll update you if there are any issues you need to avoid for your commute if you are heading out to work this Monday morning. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
Listen to your heart. New ABC Tonight.
Many students applying for college are left in limbo this morning, wondering what the future will bring. They're now just days away from a crucial deadline. ABC's Kenneth Moten has all the details.
This morning, with college admissions deadlines looming, students across the country face uncertain futures.
Is it worth it for me to go to college?
I'm paying for all the facilities.
I know that online school doesn't work for me.
The coronavirus pandemic has already canceled the end of this school year, and now new fears that a second wave of the virus could force freshmen to stay home in the fall as well. That means no dorms, no dining halls, no classmates.
It just seems like not even comparable to what a good college experience should be.
With enrollment decisions due at many schools on May 1st, the uncertainty is driving some students away. Some saying they're now fed up with online learning.
We're now obligated to spend about half of our day Zooming our teachers.
As many as 1 in 6 students now say they'd rather take a so-called gap year to work or travel before they start college. Colleges are now bracing for a possible 15% decline in fall enrollment, resulting in an estimated $23 billion in lost revenue.
It is an unknown about opening in the fall. I think that colleges are starting to be transparent about the fact that they're talking about it, whether it might be online learning, or they might actually not have a fall semester.
Still, some students say even if this fall won't be quite normal, it could still be worth it.
Ideally, all the bars and restaurants would open up, but right now I think we're all just hoping that we'll be able to hang out with our friends by September.
Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
It is 5:15. Health officials and the makers of disinfectants continue to warn consumers not to ingest or inject their products. New York City says the Poison Control Center saw an uptick in phone calls over the weekend after the president made comments about ingesting disinfectants during a briefing on Thursday. Health officials say although disinfectants can kill coronavirus on surfaces, it can be extremely harmful for human consumption. Trump says his remarks were meant sarcastically. The coronavirus is having an impact on farmers and our food supply in more ways than one. 2 million chickens in Delaware and Maryland are being humanely killed because of chicken processing plants are short-staffed. With not enough people to process the chicken, poultry farmers are being forced to euthanize their stock. The Delmarva Poultry Industry says it had investigated several options but could not find a better solution. Right now, New York hospitals are studying whether an ingredient in heartburn medication can help treat COVID-19 symptoms. Almost 200 patients have enrolled in clinical trials to test famotidine. The researchers say they don't know much yet, but a study in China showed the coronavirus patients who took the drug seemed to do better than those who didn't. Researchers say participants of the study are taking the drug through an IV at a hospital and they're being monitored by doctors. They say it's important that no one at home try to treat COVID-19 symptoms with the medicine until results are published from this study. At 5:16, we want to toss things over to Todd for a check of our Monday forecast. Hey, Todd.
Lauren, good morning to you, and it's a good forecast for us here as we kick off this new work week and the last few days of April. As we go throughout the week, though, it's going to turn a little active. Here are your headlines. It's a quick warm-up to start the week today as we're going from cooler temperatures right now. It's a seasonable temperatures later on this afternoon. I mentioned how active it's going to be. There will be numerous opportunities for rainfall once again and the potential one day of some strong to maybe even severe storms across the area. That is not today, though. Today is a good day for us. 35 right now in Peru, 42 in Indy, 36 in Bloomington, and Bedford sitting at 38 degrees currently across the area. Satellite radar picture all across central Indiana this morning is nice and quiet. There's rain off to our east. That's what we dealt with yesterday. And then there's a few storms off to our west near Kansas City. Some other storms and rain up towards the Minneapolis area. And some of those showers could sneak in here later on this afternoon. But overall, we're looking at a mostly sunny start, turning partly partly cloudy later on today with temperatures that'll be climbing into the 65 to 70 degree range, depending on where you are. A very nice day. And then after 6 p.m., that's when we'll start to bring in the chance of a few spotty showers. And they're only going to be mainly in a northern location. So once we get to the 6 o'clock hour onward, you notice a few showers making their way into the Crawfordsville, Lafayette, Kokomo area. I don't think what you see on TrueCast here in the metro area is going to reach the ground. If it does here in Indy, it would just be a quick, brief passing shower. But then some showers will linger into the overnight hours as well. And that's going to set us up for a warmer Tuesday. Again, this is a warm front that'll be working its way through the area. So tomorrow morning, we're still in the upper 50s. We warm into the low 70s. And the daytime hours tomorrow are going to be dry. So keep that in mind if you do have plans. It is not a washout by any means. There'll be some showers into the morning hours. And once we're past 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, we're dealing with mostly cloudy skies, warm conditions. And then once we get to Tuesday night, but more so into Wednesday morning, that's when some showers and storms will start to arrive. But because they're coming in during the overnight hours, they will be in a weakening state. So that's the good news. You notice as we get to tomorrow, there is the slight risk for severe weather across much of Illinois, and then only half of Indiana is under the marginal risk, and that's because the storms will be weakening as they move in from west to east. So that's good news. We'll have to deal with some rain, maybe some gusty winds, a little bit of lightning, but we'll probably avoid the severe threat. Some showers linger Wednesday. Thursday is a cooler day for us, but then just in time for the end of the week as we start the month of May. On Friday, 66 degrees and sunshine, Lauren. And then as we go into the first weekend of May, we are looking at temperatures that will be in the low 70s. Saturday, probably the better day of the weekend, simply because at this point, it looks to be completely dry.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. If you're heading out on the roads early this Monday, this is I-65, a view from the pedestrian overpass. It's a little north of 30th Street. You can see all lanes are open. Traffic is moving along up to speed. We'll keep you updated if there are any areas you need to avoid this morning, but right now things are traveling pretty smoothly. Pass the chips and get ready to dip. Chipotle is sharing its recipe for guacamole on Twitter. It requires just 6 ingredients: avocados, lime juice, cilantro, red onions, jalapeno, and kosher salt. It only takes 6 steps, but if you're looking for something a little more complicated, Chipotle's executive chef Chad has other ideas. On Instagram, he's offering to add a little extra to the recipe. Well, despite it being virtual, football fans showed up for the NFL draft this weekend. The opening night of this year's virtual draft drew an average of 15.6 million viewers across its broadcasters, including ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network. It's a new record high for the event. The previous high was in 2014 with 12.4 million viewers. Experts say this isn't surprising since millions of people are instructed to stay home and have limited sports content due to the coronavirus. And with live sports canceled, athletes have taken on alternative ways to compete, including over video games. ESPN hosted a Celebrity Madden tournament as part of its stay-at-home, play-together initiative. The finals wrapped up last night with rapper Snoop Dogg battling Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown. Brown won the title 60-42 and even scored a 99-yard touchdown using himself on a kick return. As champion, Brown will receive a donation to Feeding America in his name. Kids in Central Indiana and across the country are helping to bring smiles to those in their community. Just after the break, their creative ideas spreading joy during these uncertain times. It is 5:21. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Fuel are proud supporters of local literacy.
Well, some local girls in Shelby County are using some of their free time at home to help celebrate high school seniors. Take a look at these sweet treats. Jennifer Stout and her daughters baked these cookies to give out to high school seniors in their community. They've also baked cookies for the elderly and people who can't leave their homes right now. They're hopeful it touches the hearts of those they deliver to and brings them a little bit of joy in this storm. A great idea. And then kids up in Wisconsin are also trying to bring a little cheer to their neighbors. They created a stuffed animal zoo in their front yard. The Row Camp say they originally set up the display to help with homeschooling. They were inspired by the window scavenger hunts and took on this family project to give people something fun to look at. The kids, Molly and Owen, both helped to set it all up. Molly found all the stuffed animals and Owen did the research and wrote up some of the signs for the zoo. I love seeing all the ideas, Todd, people getting creative, people getting outside when the weather is nice. So we're going to get through this together. And I think today's forecast may help a little bit.
Yeah, definitely will. I took a walk through Indianapolis yesterday downtown, and I love seeing people playing catch in the parks, throwing the baseball back and forth. There are other people kicking the soccer ball around. So it's good to see everybody getting out and about. Let me show you your 7-day planning forecast, because that's what you have to do these days. You have to get out and about, right? Not sit in your house all the time, get out for those walks. So let me kind of time it out for you. Today's a great day, 67, partly sunny. Tomorrow, the daytime hours are dry. Those storms arrive late Tuesday, 72 degrees. Wednesday's potentially the wettest day. Thursday's the coolest day, partly sunny at 59 degrees. And then as we start the month of May, Friday 66 with mostly sunny skies. What could have been on Saturday for the mini marathon. Weather looks beautiful, 75 with partly cloudy skies. Then as we work our way into Sunday, Lauren, that's when we'll start to see some scattered showers come back into the forecast with temperatures that'll be in the mid to low 70s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. As the coronavirus spreads, many continue to raise concerns about those in prison. Just ahead here on Good Morning Indiana, why demonstrators are asking for some inmates to be released. And let's take a look right now at traffic, taking you down to Johnson County, I-65 here. Look at State Road 44. This is near exit 90 to Franklin and Shelbyville. You can see traffic is traveling up to speed, no delays. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break with more news, weather, and traffic coming up on Good Morning Indiana.
Indy Home Experts at theindychannel.com. This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 5:30, states across the country are opening back up for business. We'll break down the restrictions being lifted today in Indiana. A Fisher's Church is opening itself up to some controversy after reopening its doors over the weekend. My church leaders say the decision had to be made, and the reaction now from the community. But first, here at 5:30, we do want to talk about your forecast today. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen is standing by with a check of what we can expect as we head out the door on this Monday. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Lauren, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. This Monday is going to be a pretty decent day for us as we get going. Temperature's a little cool this morning, so if you are one of those that likes to wake up, get right out the door and get that walk or run in, you're walking out to temperatures that are in the 30s, but notice the quick warm-up. As soon as the sun comes up, which is a little after 7 o'clock, or a little before 7 o'clock, I should say, this morning, we will see those temperatures moderate very quickly. 46 degrees already by 9 a.m. And one of the reasons why we warm up so fast is because the skies are going to be completely clear. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for the day today. And you'll notice a little more in the way of cloud cover as the day goes on, and eventually a spot shower or two may sneak in here after 6 p.m. But until then, we are high and dry. It's a good day for us. We're near 60 already by the noon hour. We'll turn it partly cloudy as the afternoon goes on. 66 degrees by the time we get to 4 p.m. And then once we get past 6 o'clock, again, a stray shower could sneak into the area, but overall, it's a really, really nice day. Tomorrow's a little bit warmer, but with a little better rain chances, Lauren, but they time out in our favor in the sense that they'll be happening while most of us are sleeping. We'll talk more about that extended forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is our INDOT traffic camera at I-465 and East 16th Street over on the east side. Traffic is moving along up to speed. Keep in mind, you won't be able to get on I-70 and take that to the downtown area from the east side. The westbound lanes are closed as of this past Friday morning, so that may be a change for you in your commute. Keep that in mind. Let's head out right now. I-70 a little east of State Road 267 to our west. You can see traffic here is moving along up to speed, both eastbound and westbound. We'll keep you updated if there are any crashes or delays. Well, the time right now is 5:32, and we're learning more about the impacts of COVID-19 on Hoosier lives. Health officials report 29 additional deaths in Indiana, bringing the total to 813. The state health department reported 634 new cases. 15,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for COVID-19 since the outbreak started. We expect the latest numbers to be released around noon today. Once we get them, we'll send you a push alert from the RTV6 mobile app. The Indiana Department of Correction reports its first correctional officer death related to COVID-19. 67-year-old officer Gary Weinecke worked at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility in Sullivan County. The officer's last day on the job was March 29th. He had symptoms of the virus and later tested positive. A long-term care facility out in Montgomery County has 14 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The county's health department was notified on Saturday about the 14 cases at Ben-Hur Health and Rehabilitation in Crawfordsville. A total of 26 people were tested on Friday after multiple people had fevers on Thursday. Residents who tested positive are in isolation this morning. Though some states have extended stay-at-home orders until May 15th, several governors are beginning to lift restrictions, with more expected to do so this week. ABC's Inez de la Cotera has the latest right now from Washington.
This morning in Georgia, restaurants will be able to resume dine-in services. And after barbershops, salons, and gyms were allowed to reopen on Friday, the state's movie theaters are back in business today. Georgia not alone. South Carolina and Oklahoma also lifting restrictions. And starting today, some businesses will reopen in Arkansas, Colorado, Mississippi, and Montana. Tennessee's orders expire on Thursday, but the state is allowing some businesses to reopen today.
The time has come to stop living in fear.
The pressure to reopen ramping up, some defying stay-at-home orders. A searing heat wave in California leading to sites like these, packed beaches, making it impossible to social distance. New York's Governor Cuomo says his state is obsessively focused on testing, which many experts agree will be key to safely reopen. Cuomo now announcing a two-phase plan to lift restrictions.
Nobody's giving anybody a date here, but short term, the numbers are on the decline. Everything we have done is working. The rates are all dropping.
But Maryland's governor saying it's still too early.
I want to get our economy back open just as soon as we can, but I want to do so in a safe way.
Michigan's governor defending her extension of the state's stay-at-home order to May 15th.
We know that no one wants a second wave. It would be devastating for the health of our people and for our economy. And so we've got to be really smart as we re-engage.
More states are expected to lift restrictions this week, including Ohio and Texas on Thursday. Inez de la Cotera, ABC News, Washington.
At 5:35 starting today, dentists, hospitals, and veterinarians can resume elective medical procedures here in the Hoosier State. Indiana's stay-at-home order is still set to expire on Friday. Governor Holcomb has not said what kind of order will be in place, will replace the current order. However, the governor has indicated the Hoosier State will open in phases and not all at once. The beginning stages of reopening Indiana, as we've said, are already happening as the Hoosier State approaches May 1st and a possible easing of those restrictions. But one local church is in the process of opening its doors already and keeping Hoosiers spiritually lifted during the pandemic. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning from Fishers with more. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. So I-Town Church here in Fishers, they opened their doors for the first time in weeks on Sunday. They've been doing virtual services since this pandemic started, but the pastor here says it's time for all of them to be able to worship together. The church is allowing only 10 parishioners in at a time for services. Those 10 people plus the tech crew, cleaning crew, and the pastor. The plan is to do 40-minute services every hour on the hour. And yesterday, the church did 13 services with more planned for today. But this decision did not come without disagreement from some parishioners. Some saying this is a slap in the face to healthcare workers risking their lives every day, and another local pastor chiming in saying the decision is reckless. But Pastor Dave Summerall says they are taking extra precautions.
We're going to have a professional hospital cleaning company on site all throughout the day. They actually have a machine that kills all viruses on contact, and they'll be disinfecting the building between every single service. We are adhering to far stricter guidelines than every other public place where you can still legally gather.
Summerall says he agrees with the data and the need to protect the vulnerable, but he says the strong should have a place to go. Now, according to their website, tickets for next weekend's services will go live on Friday. You can get those, of course, on their website. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. It is 5:37. Protesters in Indiana remain consistent with their calls for a mass release of inmates from Indiana jails and prisons. On Saturday, protesters led a procession of cars around the Indiana Women's Prison on the west West Side. They say conditions inside the facility are unsafe due to COVID-19. Protesters want inmates with less than a year left on their sentence to be released. According to the Department of Correction, 154 inmates are in quarantine and 14 have tested positive for COVID-19 at the women's prison.
We decided to start here with the first prison, the women's prison. A lot of times women issues is minimized or are not spoken about, and we wanted to stand with the women population to let them know that when we say free them all, we also talking about our women locked up in these prisons as well.
According to the Department of Correction, 129 staff members and 285 offenders have tested positive for COVID-19 at jails and prisons across the state. 3 inmates and 2 staff members have confirmed to have had COVID-19, and they died from the virus. In a statement to RTV6, IDOC says they don't have the authority to grant early release of offenders. Only a court may order a sentence modification. Demonstrators are also calling on Marion County judges to release elderly people and those with underlying conditions. RTV6 is committed to connecting Hoosiers with job opportunities and resources. It's an initiative we've been focusing on for more than a year now, but with thousands of people now filing for unemployment during this pandemic, our Hiring Hoosiers initiative is more important than ever. So if you're looking for a job right now, the Indiana Department of Transportation is holding a virtual career fair. INDOT is looking to fill more than 100 positions. It will take place on Microsoft Teams. That's a video conferencing app from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. this Thursday. The career fair will be a chance for people to learn more about different jobs available with INDOT.
Like any company, we're always looking for great people to join our team. We're excited about this opportunity. Obviously, everyone's had to think outside the box during this coronavirus situation. So we're hoping that this is a way to kind of bring people in and get them working for the state.
Well, some of the positions they're looking to fill include highway maintenance technicians, equipment mechanics, and construction project inspectors. Right now on our website, hiringhoosiers.com, we have all the details on how you can log on for that career fair. It's 5:40 this morning. Local organization granting wishes to kids with life-threatening illnesses needs your help. In an effort to raise money, Indiana Children's Wish Fund launched this new virtual dance challenge called Wiggle for Wishes. All you have to do is go to indiewish.org, post your best dance moves, and then challenge 3 friends to do the same and make a donation. All of the money raised stays here in Indiana as they help to grant wishes to local children. During the pandemic, the organization says they've had to cancel wish trips, but they've still been able to grant some virtual shopping sprees to wish kids.
Their daily life is completely interrupted every day, not just now, but every day. They're going to Riley, they're going to Peyton Manning, and they're having treatments. And a wish is something that they look forward to. It gives them hope. It gives them happiness. It brings the family together at a time where things are just not normal.
Indiana Children's Wish Fund also had to postpone their largest annual fundraiser, the Republic Plane Poll, that was scheduled for earlier this month. That's why they're hoping the Wiggle for Wishes Dance Challenge helps to bring in money so they can keep granting wishes. All right, here at 5:41, my wish as we start this work week, Todd, is some nice weather so we can get outside, and today's looking like a pretty good day.
Yeah, I'm going to grant that wish to you here, Lauren. Today is a good day to get outside as we're going to feature lots of sunshine and temperatures that are going to be very seasonable. So as many people are still working from home, maybe if you can, take that work to the patio outside. And maybe when you get a break, you can click on the IndyChannel.com at some point throughout the day today and check out all the news headlines or the We're Open section there, the IndyChannel.com. And the forecast starting off cool, 39 degrees at 8 a.m. up to 67 for your high temperature at 4 p.m. You will notice a little more in the way of cloud cover building in as we get into the afternoon hours. And you notice I do have a slight chance for rain as we work our way into the daytime hours today. Sorry, those dates changed there for you at the bottom. It should say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So as we work our way throughout the week, our rain chances will increase. Today, those rain chances, though, are not until closer to sunset tonight. We'll talk about that and the chance for storms for your Tuesday coming up in just a few minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. The NASCAR season opener at Daytona proved to be frightening for Indiana native Ryan Newman. Still ahead when we could see the veteran driver back behind the wheel. And NASA engineers are helping to fill the short supply of ventilators, how their new design will provide more machines and make them easier to use. But now take a look at traffic. This is I-65, a view near Fletcher Avenue in the downtown area where traffic's starting to pick up a little bit, both northbound and southbound between the north and south splits. Stick around. We'll have more news, weather, and traffic coming up for you on Good Morning Indiana.
Make America's tomorrow brighter.
This morning, investigators believe an explosion and fire that caused damage to a Southside car wash was caused by a natural gas leak. The fire happened Friday night at Brad's Car Wash on South Shelby Street. The Indianapolis Fire Department released surveillance video from a nearby store showing the explosion. Investigators found debris from up to 150 yards away from the car wash in all directions. No one was injured. Car wash employees told investigators they noticed kind of a rotten egg smell in the building over the past few days. New this morning, South Bend native and NASCAR driver Ryan Newman says he's ready to return to the track. Newman suffered a head injury in the season opener at Daytona back in February. The Hoosier native spent less than 48 hours in the hospital before walking out holding his daughter's hands. NASCAR says in a statement Newman has not yet been cleared by the series to return. NASCAR is hoping to resume its season without spectators by May 17th. Well, we've seen tributes to the class of 2020 from all across the country, and they've been really impressive. But there's nothing quite like this. Take a look. Well, Travis Floyd is a senior at Owen Valley High School. It's out in Spencer, Indiana. He put together this video. Travis has been accepted into the IU Jacobs School of Music for this fall. And if you notice, he's in almost every one of those little squares you've seen on your screen. Pretty impressive. And we want to give our love to all the 2020 seniors right now. We know it is tough. But Todd, hopefully some nice weather can cheer everyone up as we start a new work week. It's Monday and we have a great forecast.
Yeah, you know, the sunshine always helps us, I tell you all the time. Yesterday, we started off with the rain, Lauren, by the afternoon. I know it was a little windy, but the sun came out. And as soon as that sunshine came out, everybody was out walking out and about and riding their bikes as well. Temperatures this morning sit in the 30s and 40s across the area. 42 in Indy, 36 in Bloomington, 35 is the current temperature up in Peru. So you do need a little bit of a light jacket this morning if you are going to be out and about. Here's your satellite radar picture. And you notice a couple things. We have the rain that's off to our east. That's what we dealt with yesterday. There's some rain here near Kansas City. A lot of this is going to be diving down to the south. That's the good news. And then we do have some rain up to the north in Minneapolis. And a big cluster of rain that is going to miss us. But what's going to happen throughout the day today is there is a warm front, and this warm front's going to move to the north as we go throughout the day. And as that happens, the clouds will increase just a little bit, and eventually we will bring the chance of some rain showers into this forecast. However, that is not going to occur until as we work our way into the evening hours. So the morning hours completely sunny, the afternoon hours turn partly cloudy. Temperatures will be climbing into the mid to upper 60s. In fact, some of you in southern locations could hit near 70 degrees later on today. Now, as you look at this evening, once we get to that 7 o'clock hour, there will be some spotty showers to the north. These spotty showers will make their way through the area, and they could linger into the overnight hours as well. So if you are going to be out late this evening, just know that there will be the chance for a few scattered showers. Sunset this evening is at 8:36 p.m. Tomorrow is warm. We get into the low 70s. It's mostly cloudy, but the daytime hours tomorrow will be dry. There's the chance of some showers that'll be around in the morning and then again in the evening hours, but plenty of an opportunity to get out and about for your Tuesday and to enjoy the warm temperatures. It won't be as sunny as it will be today, but nonetheless, it will be dry. There could be some showers again as you wake up tomorrow morning. The skies will try to clear a little bit, and then as we work our way into late Tuesday, early Wednesday, that's when there are chances some storms will be heading in our direction. As those storms come in, because they're coming in overnight, Lauren, the dynamics aren't there in the atmosphere for them to maintain themselves and be very strong. While there could be a little bit of lightning. At this point, unless that front changes speed, not expecting much in the way of severe weather here across central Indiana. But as you see our 7-day planning forecast, once that front does come through, it cools us down briefly. Thursday back into the 50s for highs, only to rebound into the 60s and 70s as we go through Friday and eventually into the weekend.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here at 5:50, let's take a look at traffic. This is I-465 and Emerson Avenue. Good morning to you in the Beech Grove area. You can see traffic is traveling up to speed through this spot this morning. That is good news. This is part of the detour route for I-70 on the east side, the closure between the downtown area and the 465 ramp. So if you are on the interstate trying to get around that area, maybe get over to the east side from parts of downtown, you can take 465 here along the south side and reconnect with I-70 on the east side. We will continue to keep you updated on that ongoing project. Uber is donating thousands of free rides and meals to people experiencing domestic violence. The company is giving 50,000 rides to any domestic abuse organizations and shelters in more than 30 cities in 16 countries. 45,000 free meals will also be provided to the shelters. Many organizations are reporting an increased incidence of abuse while people are stuck at home. The National Network to End Domestic Violence says COVID-19 has some people stuck at home with abusers, and that transportation is the key to getting them out of those situations. If you or someone you know needs help, we do have a list of resources online right now at theindychannel.com. NASA scientists have joined the fight against COVID-19 by designing a new kind of ventilator. Engineers at the agency's Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena came up with this innovative design in just 37 days. The goal was to free up traditional hospital ventilators, which have been in short supply in some areas. So NASA have engineered this ventilator so it can be built quickly and using fewer parts, most of which are available in current supply chains. The prototype passed a key test in the Mount Sinai in New York earlier this week. NASA is now hoping for fast-track approval of the ventilator in the coming days so it can be used to help coronavirus patients. A Vermont couple who had to close down part of their business came up with a creative way to stay afloat. Coming up, how this costume is helping to keep them in business. We'll be right back.
When I opened it up, I was like, oh my goodness, this is in the Spark Joy category.
One small root beer business in Vermont is getting creative to keep the cash flowing during quarantine. They're calling it the Coronasaurus Dance-A-Gram Party. Dave and Jenny Rook are doing their best to keep Rookie's root beer afloat. The couple's well-known beverage is normally served on tap in area restaurants, but with their wholesale business having to shut its doors as the stay-at-home orders remain in place, the Rooks decided to do the things the old-fashioned way, delivering their product door-to-door, but with a twist. Jenny is doing all of her deliveries in a dinosaur costume. She says she's been dubbed the Coronasaurus Rex or the Quarantine Rex. Customers say her Raptor rave is taking them back to simpler times and helping them make some memories that will never go extinct. That's pretty funny there. All right, Todd, as folks are trying to get outside today, it's going to be a perfect day to do that, hopefully kicking off the work week and another e-learning week on a good note.
Yeah, you know we are. We have plenty of sunshine this morning. It does turn partly cloudy later on this afternoon, but temperatures will be nice and mild, getting up to 67 degrees today for your high temperature. Just a small chance of a slight shower as we work our way into the afternoon hours. That would mainly be in northern locations, and I should clarify that I say late afternoon, early evening. So do not let the shower threat deter you from any outdoor plans. It's probably not until 6, 7 o'clock onward this evening. Until then, 67 degrees will be your high temperature. That's very seasonable for this time of year. Stay with us. Raphael joins us at the top of the hour. The time now is 5:57. This is Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.